there guys, I'm going to be doing a book review for you guys here. It's going to have no spoilers and it's just going to be a quick review of Under the Mistletoe with me. And this is a short book. I've read, I think it's probably like 4 of her books so far. I'm reading currently a next one. I'm trying to finish the whole series with the With Me series in or whatever it's called, The Town. This one was a really short book. It was just, it was a 1.5 book because it was a short one. So it's only like a 3-hour read. At first I wasn't sure who the hell the couple was, but I remember from the first book, this was the couple that already were married and had a baby. So I think she kind of did this to kind of just let you see the inside of their relationship besides other people who are the main characters talking to them and seeing them and explaining who they are and whatever. So it's kind of getting into who they are as a person in the book. So it's really short. They already got married and it was quite different, this one. I liked it. It was kind of like where they've been married for a long time, been together for a while, and they were in that relationship but they started to have fears that the woman was having fears that she wasn't hot enough for her husband anymore. They just had a newborn baby that's saying, like, I think it's like 4 months old, so they haven't been having such an amazing sex life as they previous had. So they both kind of really wanted that back. But there was things where her husband was trying to spice back up the relationship, but she assumed that he was saying it to someone else, like he maybe had an affair, because he hasn't done that to her for a long time. And it was interesting, and they had tried for a baby for like 3 years. They had a lot of problems with receiving the child, so they had to keep going to doctor's appointments. They didn't really explain it as much. I don't really know what they went for, but they kind of just told you that they kind of had problems with babies and they went to have stuff done to help them receive a baby, which they did, but it took time. And they did want to have a big family, but they didn't want to extend it at this moment. And if they do in this book, you have to read it. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a nice, I think it was a nice short book, but I did get attached to this couple, and I wish the book was longer. Not as in a very long book like the other ones, but maybe just like another extra 3 hours of the book would have been good. It was good. I did like the couple. So if you guys really enjoy this author's books, I've read the first one. I haven't read this series in order. I kind of just go and pick which one sounds interesting to me and I read it in that order, because it doesn't really matter, you can read it in whichever order you want. But I first read the first book, which was really good. And then I read the fourth book, which was Rock With Me. And it's all the same people, they're all like in the same, but it's everyone's love story is kind of, it's all the people who are in the circle. So they're like the brothers fall in love with a girl, or the best friend falls in love with this. It's like it's a family of like all people's cousins and brothers and sisters or friends, and it's all that. So they're kind of like all finding couples and being together. And you got the parents of the 2 other families. There's 2 families really that are together, the main ones. So they're all kind of finding their soulmates, which is a nice story. So you get to see the previous couples that you've read about who have already gotten together in the background. In the books recently I've been reading, where I'm like halfway through the books, a lot of the couples' stories are actually within the other people's couple. So like when I was reading, which one was it? The 6th book. Oh, and even the 5th book, yeah. When I was reading the 4th book, which was Rock With Me, which is to do with a rock star falling in love with Lucas's sister. Lucas was the main guy who fell in love with the main girl in the first book. So she falls in love, but then the 5th book couple were already there in the background, and so was the 6th couple, kind of, because you kind of go back, some of the moments in the book of the couple are replayed. That makes sense. So like there's the family the girls and boys who are together, and there's ones that are still single, were at this one of the couple's house together. And the girls were having fun, the guys, when they were playing a game. I think it's like a sexual game where they say something. It wasn't sexual actually, it was where they were saying something, but it sounds sexual. Like they were saying, you have to guess what the thing is. And they were saying something about I'm green and I'm bushy and I get wet before you do, or something. So it sounds sexual, but it was actually just like a tent because it gets wet, you know, in the rain, it's outside. It's something like that, but it sounds really sexual, like it could be something else. So it's like, I'm pink and I'm soft, what am I, sort of thing. It was fun. But like I was saying, a lot of the couples' moments where the main couple that you're reading about in the book at that point, you're seeing it through their eyes and they're doing stuff. But the other couples who are the ones that are together or who are still single, you can see stuff happening between them kind of in the background through the other person that you're reading about's eyes. And then when you go to read the book of that couple, they're at that same place where they were the other couples in that book, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like you switch to a person at the same time, but the couple that you're reading about. So that's quite nice, because you kind of get a glimpse of like, oh, that sounds just interesting, if they've done a book about that couple, and then you go and read it. But this one was really short. It was nice. I'm glad I read it though. I went straight on to reading the sixth one after this one, and I didn't enjoy the sixth one. It wasn't a bad book, it's just the characters in this book annoyed me, and I didn't like their lifestyles. That's just personal preference. The love story was fine, it was just I didn't like how they did things and how the way they were, but that's just not because the characters were written bad or that they weren't good or something. I gave it 1 star, I think, but that isn't because it's a bad book, it was just because of things I didn't like. It's kind of like when, how to explain it, like a person that doesn't like broccoli. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who don't like broccoli, and some people actually like it. It's like that. It's just like some people don't like the colour pink for some reason because they don't, because it's too girly or something. I don't like the colour pink, even though I'm a girl. It doesn't mean I own pink things, but I'm not obsessed with pink like some people, if you get what I mean. It's just something like that. It's just like, I don't like eating Chinese food. I don't, because I just don't like the taste of it. Certain parts of it I do, but not the manual stuff, you know. My favourite's Italian, so I eat mostly Italian food or English food or American, that's it, you know. So it's one of those things, but it was good. So I just wanted to do a quick book of this, and that was that. So if you guys enjoyed it, it's really good. I rated it on Goodreads. It was good, I enjoyed it. It was short, but it wasn't, you know, I don't wish it was completely longer. I do wish it had a bit more to it, but it was a good length, and it had enough in there for you guys to enjoy it. It only had 10 chapters, but they weren't like short, they weren't like 5 minutes each, you know, they're like 20 minutes or 12 minutes or whatever, something like that. And you did get most of it was the wife's point of view, but you did get the husband's point of view as well, which was really nice. It was nice to see the previous couples and the ones that I haven't read yet that I know I'm going to read about in the background, same as the other books where they did that, so that was nice. So I think you guys, if you like romance and you like this author's books, then I should say I say you should go and check it out and read it. And it's a quick read, so if you do want a book that isn't going to take all day, that you can finish, you know, within like less than 3 hours. If you're going to keep reading it, if you start, but if you're going to just read it a bit, then it probably would take you less than a day. But that's if you're a fast reader. I don't know. I read it, and I read 2 books that day, because that one was short, and I read the long one as well. But I wasn't really doing anything, because that was the day my mum left, which I was talking about in my previous video about me doing updates, where I was talking about my mum that she left on that Saturday. So I had that day off, and I just kind of stayed in bed and read, because I had plans today, which is Sunday, so I was out all day, so I thought, I'll take advantage of just having a lazy day, so I did. So it was good. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm going to leave you the links to the book on Kindle and on Audible, you know, and Amazon, obviously, like that. And yeah, and I'll give you the name of the author, and I'll give you the link to the actual rest of the whole series, if that's what you want to do. So there you go. And my social network should be below, so if you want to get me on Goodreads, Twitter, Facebook, all that, it'll be there. So thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye. Have a nice day. You're my VIPs, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.